So I love going to the after-school program. I'm in the book club currently. I do not think about changing at any time soon. I'm in a group of about 16 other kids. I really like the book club because I love engaging on a book that we all can agree that we love.
I do roller skating and it's so fun, and it made me buy roller skates at home. I like roller skating because all my friends are in it and I get to learn how to roller skate, and my teacher is actually the teacher in roller skating too. I love my after school program because it's so amazing. 18 friends are in it, my teacher's in it who usually teaches me, and I love it.
I like going after school because I make cooking class. We make brownies, grilled cheese, and I also do art, and we paint and draw.
The Expanded Learning Opportunities Program is a direct funded allocation to schools in California that provided us with a sizable amount of funding for operating programs in a 9-hour day. So with ELO-P funding, our school days have to operate for 9 hours. So that's a little bit of before school time, during the school day, and then after school until 6 o'clock.
So at Rock Springs Elementary, we are so grateful that we've had the ELO-P support and funding to have these after-school programs. We love that teachers are doing skating and cooking and art club and book club. There's so many opportunities that the kids have, and they are so excited to be here. Over 170 students are participating, and it's just been an awesome thing to have at our school at Rock Springs, and the support that we have from our district as well has been incredible.
Here at Rock Springs, we don't have a wait list currently, and I think a huge part of that is because we have that ELO-P funding, because we needed it in order to, serve everybody. And so I think now we've shifted from the wait list to really making an emphasis on meeting the parents where they're at, and ELO-P is removing a lot of the barriers that we had in the past.
So the vision and the desired outcomes with ELO-P is to really bring back energy and enthusiasm to our schools, increase the excitement and satisfaction of our parents and our families, also to have a positive impact on our teachers and certificated staff and administrators and their views of ELO-P and ASES, and just that beautiful experience that students are able to participate before school and after school, during intersessions, during summer, and just continue to grow and just be focused on our kids reaching their limitless potential.
When we realized that we were receiving funding through the ELO-P grant, we really viewed it as an opportunity to expand our already existing services that we offer.
The way this process all started was really with our LCAP, our Local Control and Accountability Plan. One of the requirements is to seek stakeholder input from our community, and that's one of the big feedbacks we constantly were getting. So we've actually formulated a bunch of partners. We have this tapestry of partnerships throughout our community. The YMCA, the San Diego Children's Discovery Museum, one of our biggest partners. We've got them, the Nature Collective. So it's really looking at how we tie our curriculum to signature experiences for our students. And when the ELO-P funds were announced, we saw this naturally, let's expand what we're already doing. And by expansion is, what can we do now before school and after school to just keep this program moving forward? And it's really about experiences for our kids.
I think one of the really important things is for a district to have a very clear vision for what student learning and student experiences look like. Part of what we were focusing on was having clear outcomes and really knowing that we wanted to create a more energetic and lively after-school experience. And so combining ASES and ELO-P into that single comprehensive program and giving students not only a safe place after school, but also a place where they can thrive through enrichment classes, as well as get intervention classes, and really develop that whole learner, has been just a very powerful experience for all stakeholders.
This is what our kids need. They need to reconnect to school. They need to reconnect to opportunities that they're not normally getting because they haven't been outside and participating in clubs and soccer as much for a long time. So having the district present this to us was not unexpected in the fact that we knew that they are always looking for new ways to connect with our kids and community, but it was a great hearing that somebody's actually funding these great opportunities.
So with this funding, we've been able to expand our before and after school program so that every school in our district has a program. We've also been able to hire vendor-led enrichment classes. So we are now able to bring on dance instructors. After-school sports leagues happen now. We have art classes for every school and much, much more.
The new opportunities with ELO-P, we can tell like the students really do enjoy getting those opportunities of things. They'll come to me, they're like, Miss Teresa, today I learned how to, do an oil painting. Like I never used oil paints like painting before, or I learned to make this new dessert that maybe at home they wouldn't have the opportunity to be able to do.
We now are offering all these things through ELO-P, so how do we also now continue to evolve as an ASES program to make sure that we're at the same level that now ELO-P is offering? And so I think some of the kids you'll see have loved going to enrichment classes, but then there's also, they love coming to our YMCA Legends program. And so it's amazing to see that they love both, and that they want to learn at both and they want to be at both. And so I think for us, it's just motivated us to continue to evolve our programming and really look at ELO-P as, okay, like now this is going to be an enhancement to our program. So how do we really bring it together so it's just one and our students can go to both?
So we had very clear phases. Phase one was really strengthening our before and after school programs, and then using ELO-P funds to expand those before and after school programs to all EUSD in-person schools. Phase two was, the first step was bringing in a certificated staff member to take the lead at the school site and serve as the expanded learning site liaison. And the second part of phase two was bringing in vendor-led classes so students could participate in enrichment and intervention programs on their school site. And then phase three was having our existing EUSD teachers, certificated staff members, to facilitate enrichment and intervention classes. And then finally, phase four is really expanding and developing, making our existing intersession and summer programs more student-focused, increase the student engagement, student interest around participating in the intersession and the summer school programs.
One of the very most important things that we put in place, because we knew this would be key to success, is having a site liaison. This person would be someone that works during the school day, and then after school they put on their cape and they help manage all of our classes and our students going to and from, and putting together attendance rosters and getting the kiddos from point A to point B, and just making sure everything runs smoothly, people are communicating on our campuses, and that's really been a big bonus for us to be able to do that.
So with the phases, that was very helpful with the district because they had already done a lot of the behind the scenes before they brought in the site liaisons, which was very helpful. The phase one for the site liaisons was that we were going to have the vendors come in and start those classes. So we started with a very small group of kids, which was nice, and then did that for a couple of weeks. And during that time, the site liaisons, we were working on creating those other classes, getting the teachers, but then when that was going to start, that's when we brought in all the teacher-led classes, and then have kind of gone from there.
What we have found from the ELO-P experience is when we got to the phase where we asked our teachers to create a program. What would you like to teach in the after-school program? We asked them to be creative. And this was the phase we were a little concerned about. Would we get a lot of people, teachers participating? So definitely our teachers came forward and said, I want to teach, whether it's cooking, whether it's sewing. The teachers are reigniting their passion, and so are our students. And so when you have the learner and the adult, the teacher, their passions are matched up, magic is happening.
We've got cooking classes going on, and sewing classes, and gardening clubs, all kinds of book clubs. Kids are in book clubs, so that's something that's pretty cool that we hadn't seen before in the past.
With the teachers, again, that community, I really like seeing them excited to be here after school, doing something they love, and really building that community with students. And they're working with other grade levels. They're not just working with their class. They're working, a lot of our classes might be kinder through second, so they're meeting other students. And I think that's important too. So now when kids are walking around campus, they know Mrs. Echavarria, who's a 5th grade teacher, but you're a 1st grade student. So they're making those connections with all teachers, not just their teacher, their grade level that they go to different classes. And so I think that's important.
People connect, my teachers connect, the kids connect, even if it's not their teacher this year. She was my teacher last year, or I know Miss So-and-so, or my sister had Miss So-and-so. They feel connected because it's somebody they know, their family knows, a relative may have had them. And seeing them again in a different light. I've never had art because we can't offer oil painting during the day necessarily, that now I can have oil painting with that teacher who I always heard taught that class. How exciting. And they do know her. I think the connection is also when a lot of my paraeducators do work in the ASES program. They know those paraeducators. They've seen them around campus so that they know it is connected to my school. It is not a separate entity, that although that we've contracted with places like YMCA, that those staff members are very much connected to Rock Springs, and some of my own staff members work for that program.
Our collaboration here at Rock Springs has gotten stronger because now our site supervisor is working alongside the teachers, alongside the vendors. So there's a lot more collaboration. It takes a lot more hands, to make this happen. And so our principal, there's more buy-in and there's more support for the importance of our expanded learning programs here at Rock Springs. And so I think that is what, has been a key part to adding ELO-P, is that now we're really becoming one, which has always been the goal.
I think as a district, we really recognize that the needs of our families and the needs of our students have changed. And we really want to make sure that we are engaging our students so that they themselves are motivated to be part of that learning process. We want them to love coming to school every day. We want them to create memories with us. And that's really those experiences that are going to inspire them to continue pursuing whatever their passion may be. And our job, I believe, is really to try to foster that within our students.
It's interesting. The ELO-P funds came at a very critical juncture in all of our lives, and that was just as we were in the middle of COVID when we were hearing about ELO-P, and it came at a great time when we were coming out of COVID, and engagement became a huge priority for all of us. Everyone in the educational sector is, how are we going to bring our kids back, get them truly engaged, after years of virtual, hybrids, and all those scenarios. It was really, and I believe it came about as a result to getting everybody back to school and re-engaged.
What we have found is that funding has allowed for us to really be strategic in how we are designing experiences for students. And so for us, it really means access and support for our families and for our students.
So the hope is that we continue to have the after-school program, the enrichment programs that we have. I think only better things are coming now that we kind of have an understanding of what we're doing. The possibilities are endless, and we've already been thinking outside the box. It's going to be amazing to see where we go from here.
I am so excited that every 6 or 8 weeks I can offer something else and maybe bring that up to 200, 250 kids that are now connected. What can that do for my academics, having those kids here at school every single day? What can that do for my community, saying, look at what Rock Springs offers. Look at all those great things. Did your kid take soccer last semester? My kid is going to take it this semester. I think that's great. Or did you hear what they're offering next? And that parents really come back and say, I love my child's school because.
Yes, I think that this program has influenced the fostering of happiness in families. They feel very supported, listened to, and I think just knowing that their kids are in a fun, safe, nurturing environment, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.